Hello everybody, this is Dr. E Vegan. Welcome back. So I'm going to try to make it short today. I have officially finished the plant-based nutrition course on eCornell website. So I am officially certified in plant-based nutrition from the eCornell program. So I'm gonna just briefly talk about it. So let's go. All right, guys. So I am finally finished with the eCornell plant-based nutrition course. It was a total of 30 hours of credits, three sections, 3 whole sections, 30 hours of credit. It took a couple of days to finish. I mean, overall, I would say it took about a week, essentially. So it took a lot of my time. I did most of it while I was on vacation, on my vacation week. So I essentially didn't do anything but try to complete that. What was my experience? I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I did it. You know, I've learned a lot that could help myself, can help me and my wife on our plant-based journey. Learning more information about whole food plant-based. You know, learning about the studies that led up to recommending whole food plant-based, and the studies regarding standard diets, regarding other diets that are, I guess you can say, competitors to plant-based nutrition or plant-based diets. Overall, like I said, I really enjoyed the program. It was a comprehensive program with a lot of different doctors, a lot of different speakers, a lot of different backgrounds, just, you know, tying different angles of the nutrition discussion into the into plant-based nutrition. So I've made a video regarding what I found, what I thought was interesting. My last video, what I thought was interesting in what I've learned, and I want to do another one. So I guess in this case, since I finished the course, and of course I recommend whole food plant-based vegan diet, and obviously most people may not know what it means, but have an idea. Whole food plant-based means consuming whole grains, consuming, you know, obviously plant foods, but, you know, whole grains, consuming legumes, obviously fruits, vegetables, a small amount of seeds because of the fat content. I'm sorry, small amount of nuts because of the high fat content, and seeds. Seeds are good. Seeds also have a good amount of fats, but they have more of the good fats, which are the omega-3s, and the ratio of omega-3s to 6. You want more omega-3s. So like I said, whole grains, legumes, vegetables, fruits, and I have a list of the things that you need to avoid while on a whole food plant-based vegan diet. So what you want to avoid, sorry about that. So what you want to avoid are oils. So it's whole food plant-based low fat vegan diet, right? So you want to avoid oils. You know, any kind of oil is not whole food. It's processed food. It's like the high fructose corn syrup of you know, sugary things, right? It's like the high fructose corn syrup. It's, you know, oils are highly processed. it's better for you to eat the avocado instead of consuming avocado oil. It's better to, you know, consume the whatever olives versus eating consuming the olive oil. So oils are very calorie dense. So you know, for a little amount of oil, you're gonna get a lot of calories, and because you're consuming a little amount of this food item, you're not gonna be as full. So your body is gonna be, you know, hungry and craving more food, and essentially at the end of the day you're gonna end up eating a lot of calories. So that's one of the reasons why people who consume a lot of oils, a lot of processed foods, they when it comes to weight issues, they don't they may gain more weight, or they aren't able to shed off weight as fast as they can. The next one is fish. Pretty much all fish and seafood, they're animal products. Same things, they have the same issues, they have the same animal protein, and when it comes to fish and seafood, they're really terrible in a different way because of the pollution in the oceans. A little distracted here, autopilot. All right, so but there's a lot of pollution in the oceans. There's a lot of, you know, there's plastic, there's waste, there's all kinds of, you know, there's mercury, there's dioxins, PCBs, all kind of pollutants and contaminants in seafood that, you know, so seafood falls in the same category called fowl, which is pretty much chicken, all birds, chicken, eggs. They're high fatty foods. They're high fatty foods, very high fatty foods. Meat, all meats, including the ones that people say are lean meat. They still have a lot of fat. They still have cholesterol, even if they're lean. I know some people like to eat deer meat because it has less fat compared to, let's say, cow meat. It still has a lot of fat, and it still has cholesterol. Only animal foods, or only animals produce cholesterol, like us. We produce our own cholesterol, and other animals produce cholesterol. So if you eat animals, you're gonna consume. If you eat animal products, you're gonna consume cholesterol. Dairy, milk, cheeses, yogurt, all dairy. They're highly fatty foods, especially saturated fat, the worst kind of fat. So the trend so far is these foods are high fatty foods. They're high fatty foods. So the idea is whole food, plant-based, low fat vegan diet. So that's the low fat part. When you cut out all these food items, you're cutting out a lot of fat. So, you know, your food becomes more nutrient dense and less caloric dense. You want more nutrient dense than caloric density. So when you eat foods, whole plant foods that are nutrient dense, you can eat a lot of it. You can eat. You know, you can eat a lot of it versus foods that are calorie dense, like, for example, you know, fries with a burger. You know, like you eat fries with a burger, you've already eaten 1,000 calories because, you know, the fries got the oils and, you know, all the, you know, the processed substances and junk, and, you know, because the fat content in it is so caloric dense, you're consuming a lot of calories, but you're still not full. And because they're not whole foods. But you eat nutrient dense foods, you can eat more because they're not highly caloric dense foods. All right, the next thing that you want to avoid, sugar. So things like maple syrup, molasses, honey, orange juice, apple juice. So juices. You can obviously eat the fruits, the whole fruit, but not the juice. The one thing that we still consume is maple syrup. So, but it's not. We don't do it every day, or, you know, maybe once or twice a week. I know for me, yeah. Whenever I have my waffles, I'll put a little I actually use agave. Agave is what I use for that. Agave. Drinks, coffees, and caffeine. So that may be controversial for some people. Undoubtedly, tea is better. Green tea is better. That's the reigning champion of drinks, of morning drinks, as far as the health aspect, the nutritional aspect. I know there's a lot of studies that come out that say, oh, coffee is really good for you, or coffee is really bad for you. But in some of Dr. Greger's work, Dr. Michael Greger's work, he mentioned that the problem with coffee is the coffee and the caffeine together. That decaffeinated coffees are not necessarily terrible for you, and when he says terrible, he means bad for the arteries, bad for arterial function. So when you drink coffee, which has caffeine in it, it immediately damages. Ooh, there's some action going on here. I gotta take over. Okay, hay spilled on the roads. Hay spilled on the roads. All right, that's crazy. You know you're in the country when hay is just everywhere. All right. So it's the damage to the arterial walls, the immediate damage when you consume coffee with caffeine, the immediate damage to the arterial walls. That's the problem. When you have decaffeinated coffee, that same reaction is not seen. That same action is not seen on the arterial walls when you do decaffeinated coffee. And also when you do caffeine by itself, the same reaction, the reaction is not seen. So it's weird. Individually, they don't have any problems, but together they do. And also, coffee increases acid reflux. It's really bad for the acid-base balance in your body. So it increases acid reflux, and there's probably other things that's going on with it. So just to recap, I said I'll make this short, and of course you know how that goes. Things to avoid on a whole food, plant-based, vegan diet, low-fat vegan diet, or any diet. Okay. But whole food, plant-based, vegan diet, of course. Avoid oils, fish, all kinds of fish, chickens, birds, all kinds of birds, all kinds of meats, dairy, cheeses, milks, yogurts, all kinds of dairy, sugar like molasses, honey, juices, fruit juices, maple syrup, and coffee. So, that's pretty much it. Again, I enjoyed the program. It was awesome. All right, y'all. Peace.
This is Dap the E-Vegan. I'll be putting out more videos and content. So please like, subscribe, and share for more updates. Continue evolving. Peace. Also, use my referral code in the description below to get 1,000 miles of free supercharging with the purchase of a new Tesla.